All right, everybody ready tonight for some more Bristol action here? SoMo Racing League, DAYZ Racing Xfinity Series, and it's brought to you tonight by iRacing Drivers World. It'll be 135 laps here, and gonna be some excitement. Looks like we only got about 18 guys out on the field tonight. Last night we had a lot more drivers in the truck series. It was a pretty good race. Hopefully we'll do the same thing again here tonight. I think these guys are going to be going into their drivers meeting pretty soon. A couple drivers still out on the track. Let's take a look at the top 5 in warm-up. You got Aaron Riley, Brian Neff, Ronald Henry, David Howard Jr., and Jeff Glockner. That's your top 5 so far. Maybe Jeff Glockner is going to get himself a good run here tonight. He definitely needs it. See if he can stay out of trouble. Track conditions are 78 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Track temp 78 degrees. Not too much rubber on the track yet, but definitely going to rubber up. Before we get started here tonight, we just want to ask everybody that does pray, keep one of our drivers' mothers in your prayer. David Gameforth, the driver of the 101, his mom's in the hospital. I'm not really sure what's wrong with her, but I know they definitely need your prayers. So if you have faith and you believe in prayers, please put one up for David Gameforth's mom. I know she definitely could use it. So we got iRacing Drivers World on board here tonight, sponsoring tonight's race. This is the DAYZ Racing Xfinity Series here at SoMo Racing League. Last night had a good run, 125 laps in the Portside Jaguar Land Rover Truck Series. I think it was 125 laps. I believe there was 8 cautions. It was kind of rough. Definitely some good racing though. Definitely exciting from where I was sitting. So hopefully tonight we see the same thing here. Winding down sometimes here. We have another driver. I don't know if he's on the track. Stephen Bird, number 26, was out here. I don't know if he's going to race tonight or not. We haven't seen him in a while. Hopefully he'll come out and do something. Let's go over the points real quick while we're waiting. We got Keith Mayato, who is in number 1. He's got your points lead right now in the championship points, and I don't see him out on the track so far tonight, but he's got 137 points over Aaron Riley, who's in 2nd. Adam Baker's in 3rd. David Howard Jr. is in 4th. David Gameforth is in 5th. I believe Len McNeese, I'm not sure if that's a 6 or a 5. They may be tied. No, I believe that's 6. Dean Biney in 7th. Joe Mitchell in 8th. Billy Howard in 9th. Chris Simard in 10th. Paul Cohen in 11th. And Lupa Gonzalez technically in that 12th spot, that bubble spot for the chase. I believe there's 4 more races before we go to the chase. So we'll see what happens here tonight. Obviously, Keith Mayato's not going to hurt too bad in the points. He's got a big lead over 2nd place Aaron Riley. But Aaron Riley's showing some speed here tonight. So it could be Aaron Riley's night for a win. We'll have to keep an eye on it for sure. All right, these guys are in a late drivers meeting, so while they do their drivers meeting, let's go ahead to our national anthem, and then we'll come right back. All right, we got about a little less than a minute, or about a minute now till qualify. So we'll sit tight and we'll wait for these guys to go to qualify. Tonight's race, though, is brought to you by iRacing Drivers World on Facebook. I know a lot of you people that are into iRacing are on there. They do a good job bringing lots of information to us. So keep it up, keep it going. I'll try to keep it as interesting as I can. I am here alone tonight. Every so often we get lucky, we get somebody up here in the booth. A couple of guys have come up, but I guess they don't really enjoy it, or it's just not what they expected it to be. But once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. It does keep you busy. But I enjoy it. All right, we're getting ready to roll this to qualify. We will put up the qualified ticker and keep an eye on who's on the track, who's taking the top spots here. And we'll see who is the first driver out on the track. We'll try and get out with them. See if somebody pops up on here. Looks like Adam Baker's the first one out on the track, so let's go take a ride around with Adam Baker. Let's jump inside the car with him. See what kind of time Adam Baker will get across the line. 14.741, and he's going to stop it there. So let's go take a jump with Seth Hatchell. Right now, Joe Mitchell moving up to that number one spot, moves his teammate Adam Baker into second. See what Seth got coming over here. Seth hit the wall. When you hit the wall, it does not give you a time. Let's go jump with Dean Viney in the number 71. Speaking of Dean Viney is the owner of GAC. And GAC is going to run the World of Outlaws 360 sprint cars, putting together the schedule now, and they will be live with us Monday nights at 8:45 running some dirt. So if you want to check out some dirt, we'll let you know when it's going to start, and we'll keep you up to date with it. Should be pretty good. So we see Dean Viney right now sitting in 15th. Billy Howard is sitting in 10th right now. And your top spot right now is still Joe Mitchell. We have a couple drivers coming out. David Howard Jr. now just moves into second. He'll stop. So it looks like Joe Mitchell may end up taking the pole here tonight. Don't see anybody else out on the track. So it looks like Joe Mitchell, David Howard Jr., Adam Baker, Tony Gray, Chris Samard, top 5. Brian Neff, Aaron Riley, Len McNeese, Randy Perdue, and Billy Howard, top 10. And it looks like we may have had a couple more drivers come in. I'm not sure who's going to take the field, who's not going to take the field. We'll have to wait and see. We're just waiting for the clock to tick down. They got 5 minutes for qualify. You get 3 laps in that 5 minutes. A track like this, obviously, you're not going to take 5 minutes qualifying. So we just got to sit back, relax, and wait. Looks like Ronald Henry now out on the track. Let's go jump with Ronald Henry real quick. See what he gets across the line this time by. Right now, Ronald Henry shown in 16th. He was pretty quick during warm-up, so he should have a pretty decent lap here. 14.953. That's going to move him to 11th. And Joe Mitchell's still going to hang on to that number 1 spot. Tomorrow night, the DAYZ Racing Cup Series will be live on PBR Broadcasting. I'll be in that race tomorrow night. I can't wait. That'll be at 8:45. And a lot of drivers you see here tonight will be on there also. All right, let's go check out the grid. We got Joe Mitchell for MB Motorsports starting on the pole tonight. Congratulations to Joe. David Howard Jr. of Diamond State Racing will be starting second. Third will be Adam Baker of MB Motorsports. Fourth is Tony Gray. I believe Tony Gray is Old Schools Motorsports. Fifth will be Chris Samard for GAC. Sixth will be Brian Neff for Can-Am. Seventh is Aaron Riley for SoMo Racing. Eighth is Len McNeese for GAC Racing. Ninth is Randy Perdue. 10th is Billy Howard, and I found out the F and A is free agent. 11th is Ronald Henry. He'll be starting for Can-Am. David Gainforth, who we want to keep his mom in prayers tonight, he'll be starting 12th, and he'll be running for GAC. 13th is Jeff Glockner, running for SoMo Racing. 14th is Paul Cohen for GAC Racing. 15th, Ryan Gemmel, MB Motorsports. 16th is Dean Viney for GAC Racing. 17th is Cullen Roberts. 18th, Seth Hatchell for MB Motorsports. 19th, Lupa Gonzalez, 575 Motorsports. Stephen Bird, 20th, free agent. And that'll round out your field here tonight. And like I said, tonight's race is brought to you by iRacing Drivers World here at SoMo Racing League in the DAYZ Racing Xfinity Series. 135 laps here tonight. No fast repairs. So if you get any damages to your car, try to get them banged down, get back out on the track. If it's really bad, pack it up and come back next week to Atlanta. So it should be pretty good. Pace car lights are off and we're waiting for them to go green here. See, Joe Mitchell does take the inside. David Howard Jr. on the outside. Teammate of Joe Mitchell, 48, Adam Baker, right behind him. And behind David Howard Jr., we have the 00 of Tony Gray. Hopefully we get some good runs here and see some green flag stops. I'm sure we'll see some cautions. Hopefully don't take out a bunch of drivers. And it looks like 2 drivers didn't take the field, Cullen Roberts and Stephen Bird. So we have 18 drivers out here tonight. I know SoMo has a rule, if you're not in by driver's meeting, you don't run the race. That could be the issue with Cullen. Plus he's a new driver, and we are green. Looks like Joe Mitchell off to a pretty good start. There we go. A little issue there. We have Chris Samard down low. The 00 Tony Gray up high, followed by the 60 of Brian Neff. Joe Mitchell out front. back to Aaron Riley in that 33, followed by the 55 of Randy Perdue and the 07 of Billy Howard. And back up front here with Joe Mitchell and David Howard Jr. Looked like David Howard Jr. was closing in on him a little bit. We wanted to be there for it. Go back, Len McNeese sitting in 10th. Billy Howard sitting in 9th. Ronald Henry sitting in 11th. And it looks like guys got pretty single file. Randy Perdue, I don't remember him being in the 55. Maybe I'm just used to seeing him over at GAC. It looks like we have a challenge for the lead. And David Howard not able to complete the pass on the inside. Joe Mitchell out front. Got 7 laps led. Fuel shouldn't be a issue here tonight. It's probably going to be tires. What's going to be what you want to pit for. Go back here to 53, Lupa Gonzalez in 16th, Dean Viney in 17th, and Paul Cohen in 18th, looking to the outside of Dean Viney. And we go up to the 77 of Chris Samard. Tried to make a move on the 60 on the inside and had to check up. 33 of Aaron Riley. Good job slowing down, keeping off the back of him. That could have been pretty ugly right there. And David Howard Jr. once again back to the bumper of Joe Mitchell. Gonna try to take a look on the inside. Joe keeping it up high. I think that's where you're gonna find all the speed and momentum is up in that high line. Go back to 3rd place, Adam Baker. While these guys are trying to make a move up here, that lets Adam Baker get a little bit closer. Once Adam gets up there and starts getting into that battle with them, that's going to allow Tony Gray to close it up even more. Then a little bit further back from Tony Gray in 5th is the 60 of Brian Neff, followed by the 77 of Samart and the 33 of Aaron Riley. And a 55 of Randy Perdue. And Billy Howard down low. Showing 1 lap down. Trying to see if we see any damage on the car. He might have just lost the back end on it. We did see that last night. We see Adam Baker now making a move on the 7 of David Howard Jr. So that's going to put Adam Baker up to 2nd. Tony Gray now moving into that picture. Told you, don't take much. Adam Baker, David Howard Jr., Tony Gray, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Let's go back a little. I believe we have, no, according to the timer, it looked like we were going to have a pass going on, but there isn't any. Seth Hatchell in 11th, looking on the outside of the 75 of Ronald Henry. So that's going to move Seth Hatchell into 10th. See, Seth Hatchell started 18th, currently sitting 10th, even though it says 11th. Len McNeese started 8th, sitting in 9th. Randy Perdue started 9th, sitting in 8th. We'll go to Chris Samard, started 5th, sitting in 7th. Aaron Riley, he started 7th, is up to 6th. Brian Neff started 6th, he's in 5th. Tony Gray started 4th, sitting in 4th. David Howard Jr. started 2nd, moves back 1 to 3rd. And Adam Baker started 3rd, moves up to 2nd. And Joe Mitchell started on the poles, got 20 laps led so far. Joe Mitchell doing a good job here tonight. A clean air out front. And no traffic just yet, doing a lot of good for him. See a little bit of a traffic jam up here. Oh, and a 75 of Ronald Henry gets a little bit loose. Does he save it? Does a good job of saving it. Wow, that was almost an incident. Good job keeping that car together. See Randy Perdue, Seth Hatchell. Now we got a 4-car battle up front. Tony Gray, David Howard Jr., Adam Baker, and Joe Mitchell. Let's jump in with David Howard Jr. real quick. Ooh, Adam Baker a little bit into the wall. Definitely a rhythm track here. So easy to lose your rhythm. Aaron Riley and Brian Neff were 6th and 7th. Aaron Riley going to try and shoot back on the inside one more time. Take that spot back. Looks like that inside line is a little bit tough to make that pass. Let's go back here to Randy Perdue. We see Billy Howard 1 lap down in the lucky dog spot. And he'll get by the 55. Here comes the 75. Ronald Henry going to try and follow him over. And now we have, I believe, a 5-car, or is no, Paul Cohen is a lap down now, so that's what we see. I thought it was a 5-car battle going on. Paul Cohen in the Coors Light, number 51. Oh, Joe Mitchell into the wall is going to open the door for Adam Baker. Oh, a little contact in the 7 and the 48. Bristol, baby, here we go. Joe Mitchell fighting back on that outside. Definitely regains his composure there. That's going to open the door for David Howard Jr. to go back around on the outside. I don't think that inside line is where you want to be, although Adam Baker's doing a pretty good job hanging on down there, but we haven't seen anything good there last night or so far tonight. Adam Baker fighting hard, man. I'll give him that. Definitely a good battle going on right there. Joe Mitchell right now, 36 laps led. And we're seeing sparks flying off the cars and everything. Man, these guys are side by side trying to fight it out. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Chris Simard now up there. Chris Simard down low. Tony Gray in the 00 up high. Adam Baker down low. And we have the 7 of David Howard Jr. up high, and then the 18 of Joe Mitchell. Joe does cross the line first. He's going to hang on to the lead. Adam Baker scoots out in front. We may have a new leader this time by. And that's going to open the door for David Howard Jr. So Joe Mitchell going to shuffle back to 3rd for the moment. Adam Baker, your leader, and David Howard Jr. now in 2nd. going to turn this thing up. We got a traffic jam back here. We're looking at the 55 of Randy Perdue, the 101 of David Gainforth, and then the 75 of Ronald Henry, 4th position. The 07 of Billy Howard and 51 of Paul Cohen are lap down. David Howard Jr. did take over the lead while we were jumping in, and he's out to about 1.5 second lead over Adam Baker. We see Adam Baker with a little bit of right front damage from the wall. We go back a little bit to Tony Gray, Joe Mitchell, Aaron Riley, and Seth Hatchell. Oh, and contact between the 33 and the 8. The yellow is out. Oh, we see somebody up on their roof. I believe that was David Gainforth. Let's go back and look. I believe it was the 101 of Gainforth up on the roof. Oh, net code. Oh, and that's going to hurt Jeff Glockner. All right, we have to go one more time, go back and look at that. That was some serious net code. It didn't even look like they made contact. Watch the 75. Yeah, they didn't even make contact. Oh, man, that's a hit. The game for us is going to be a little bit sore after that. Yeah, that's rough when it's what you call it, net code like that. At least if it's a direct hit, you feel a little bit better. But man, net code to ruin your night like that just hurts. All right, we are at lap 56. Looks like we have a couple of drivers off the track right now. Randy Perdue, David Gainforth, Dean Viney, Stephen Berg, Cullen Roberts. So Adam Baker up out front. Adam Baker's got 5 laps led. Chris Samard in second, Tony Gray in third, Aaron Riley in fourth, and Seth Hatchell rounding out the top 5. So far, right now, 39 laps led by Joe Mitchell and 11 laps by David Howard Jr. So we got 3 lead changes, and we still have 79 laps left to go here.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group, Blancpain GT Series. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
All right, and we're back, and we just saw a pretty tough start there, so we're going to have to go back and take a look at that. I don't know if Adam Baker spun his tires. Let's go back and take a closer look. Yep, Adam Baker spun his tires, hits the 00 of Tony Gray. Tony Gray in trouble. Definitely not good for Tony right there. That's going to hurt Adam Baker and Tony Gray. Going to put Tony Gray now behind the wall. So that's going to put Chris Samard up to the lead. Seth Hatchell, Aaron Riley, Lupa Gonzalez, and Len McNeese now sitting in 5th. Now see, I don't believe that anyone pitted yet. I figure 62 laps on the tires. I don't know. I think I would have went in. We saw Adam Baker spin his tires. I don't know, probably due to some, of the wear on the tires and obviously the lighter fuel. You're at the DAYZ Racing Xfinity Series here at SoMo Racing League, brought to you by iRacing Drivers World. So let's see, we've had 4 lead changes. We're under caution number 2. We still have 73 laps remaining. Track temperature of 78, partly cloudy skies, so not much change temperature wise, but we do see more rubber building up on the track, so definitely going to come into play. Guys are single filed. Looks like Joe Mitchell may be in the pits. I'm not really sure if he's got damage or not. Was caught in that. Nah, he made it just made a last minute pit because he is coming out of the pits now. They are lined up 2 by 2. We're going to get ready to go back green. And it looks like Chris Simard has chosen to take the outside on the start. Seth Hatchell down low on the inside, followed by the 33 of Aaron Riley and the 53 Lupa Gonzalez. Lupa Gonzalez moved way up front. And we're back green here at Bristol. See if Simard able to get a good jump on Seth Hatchell and pull it out pretty far up front. Go back here. Lupa Gonzalez now up to third. Gets around the 33 of Aaron Riley. Followed by the 84 of Len McNeese and the 75 of Ronald Henry. David Howard Jr. sitting in 7th, and Billy Howard back on the lead lap. Oh, and the 48 going around. Not sure what happened. Let's try to take a look and see what happened with Adam. Kind of hard to tell if he got a little bit of help from the 60. Might have had a little tap there from the 60. Just tight racing. Baker does go around. Going to hurt him a little bit more. Right now we have a 3-car battle going on up front. Chris Simard, Seth Hatchell, and Lupa Gonzalez first, second, and third. Aaron Riley not too far behind, sitting in 4th. We saw Aaron Riley was pretty fast in warm-up. So maybe his car will start coming to him. Looks like we have another 3-4 car battle going on back here between Len McNeese, David Howard Jr., Billy Howard, and the 75 of Ronald Henry. Ronald Henry down low, taking a look at the 07. And the 18 of Joe Mitchell right behind these guys. See, Lupa Gonzalez is starting to reel these guys a little bit closer. Aaron Riley now into that picture, so we should see some action going on here in a little bit. They are catching Adam Baker, though. Adam Baker going to be in jeopardy of going a lap down. Right now, he is the last car on the lead lap. See Billy Howard and David Howard Jr. side by side. David Howard Jr. down low. Billy Howard in the 07 up high. Len McNeese out in front of them. And it looks like Joe Mitchell did get around the 75 of Ronald Henry. So Ronald Henry right now sitting in 9th. Joe Mitchell is in 8th. And they are running tight. Oh, almost a little bit of contact with the 07. That's going to let Len McNeese get a little bit ahead. Nope, 07 fighting back hard again. Not going to give up down there on that low line. Joe Mitchell moving around the 7. He's going to try and get by. I think Joe has the freshest tires out of the guys in the group right there. We've seen Joe come in for that last late minute pit stop. So Joe's probably good to go to the end if the tires hang on long enough. Oh, 75 Ronald Henry up into the wall. does hang on to it. Nothing really changed up front. We still have Chris Samard, Seth Hatcher, Lupa Gonzalez, Aaron Riley, and Len McNeese, your top 5. Len leading the second train right here. See Joe Mitchell now trying to find a way around with those fresher tires. And the way these guys are going, you would think there was 5 to go. Oh, I thought we were going to go 3 wide there. David Howard Jr. does back out of it. Let's go back here to Jeff Glockner. Jeff Glockner sitting in 12th. Paul Cohen on the lead lap sitting in 11th. We saw Jeff Glockner. He got caught up in a little bit of troubles before. Ryan Gemmel. We haven't seen Ryan Gemmel up here tonight. He started 15th. He is up to 13th. Paul Cohen started 14th. He's in 11th. Jeff Glockner started 13th. He's in 12th. David Howard Jr. started 2nd. He is up here in 10th. Brian Neff started 6th. Got shuffled back to 9th. Oh, and 84 of Len McNeese going around. Oh, we see Jeff Glockner up into the wall trying to avoid him too. Oh, man. All right, let's go back. Let's go see what happened with Len. Don't really know if they made contact or not, or if we have another net code. Oh, he's into the wall. All right. And then we saw Jeff Glockner there try to get by and up into the wall. You can see it up in front of him. Not sure which way to go. Tries to go up high and, man, into the wall. Not a good night for Jeff right now. So Paul Cohen now stays out. See if he can get to the line and get scored as your leader. Right now still showing Chris Samard as your leader. Paul Cohen going to duck in. And he's not going to get to the line in time. That's going to put the lead back, I believe, to Chris Samard. So we have 4 lead changes, caution number 3, 45 laps to go. So crunch time getting close here. You can see a couple of cars out here with damage. Chris Samard's got some rear damage. He is up in front. Lupa Gonzalez 2nd. Aaron Riley sitting 3rd. Brian Neff sitting 4th. Ronald Henry sitting 5th. And Joe Mitchell sitting 6th. David Howard Jr. in 7th. Billy Howard in 8th. Ryan Gemmel now up to 9th. And Jeff Glockner rounding out your top 10. So I believe Len is waiting to get a wave around and come around to the back of the field. They're going to line them up 2 by 2 and get them ready to cut them loose one more time here. Looks like Chris Samard once again is going to take the outside line. Lupa Gonzalez going to start in the inside, followed by the 33 of Aaron Riley. And outside of Aaron is the 60 of Brian Neff. Pace car is in, and we're waiting for these guys to get going, and we're off one more time. Oh, the 60 spins his tires now, causes a little bit of a backup. All right, they do manage to hang on to it. Up front, Chris Samard, Lupa Gonzalez, Aaron Riley. Back a little bit and forth, Ronald Henry, David Howard Jr. Back here, Joe Mitchell. I see him down low. Ryan Gemmell on the outside. They are teammates. Teammates go out the window for a win. So these guys are fighting it out here for position. The 07 of Billy Howard following the 18 of Joe Mitchell. And then the 8 of Seth Hatchell. Oh, and Ryan Gemmell. What happened here? Ryan Gemmell, the 51 of Paul Cohen. Let's go back one more time. Watch what happens with the 6 of Ryan Gemmell. Don't know if he got hit or just goes up into the wall. Yes, makes contact with the wall into the 07, the 8, and then the 51 collected in that also. We see Len McNeese able to get around. So we'll see if anybody comes down pit road or not. 37 laps to go. I'm not really sure. Maybe if you're further back in the field, you may want to.
SoMo Garage, bringing you the latest racing news, sim racing talk, driver chat, and highlights from the SoMo Racing Leagues with SoMo Racing League drivers. Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Get ready for 1 hour of kicking the tires in the SoMo Garage with your hosts, Aaron Riley and Paul Zoda.
Yeah, iRacing's working on the transition night to day, day to night stuff in development. That's going to be really good when that does come out. I know we're looking forward to it here at SoMo. A lot of guys looking forward to it. We can't wait for that to be done. And don't forget, Sunday nights, 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Eastern, SoMo Garage with Aaron Riley, myself, Joe Mitchell, and this week we'll have a few SoMo Racing League drivers on and talk about their week at Bristol. Tune in right here, SR Broadcasting. Lights are out. They're doubled up. Chris Simard back on the outside. Lupa Gonzalez down low. 33 of Aaron Riley. And now the 75 of Ronald Henry out on the outside of row 2. So it should be a pretty interesting start here. We're winding the laps down. The pressure is on. And we are green again here at Bristol. Looks like a pretty good start there. Oh, 77 into the wall. Doesn't make contact with anybody. That's going to put Lupa Gonzalez out front. Wow, that was close, close, close. See, Aaron Riley, the 75 Ronald Henry, the 60 of Brian Neff, the 7 of David Howard Jr., and the 8 of Seth Hatchell. Now comes the 18 of Joe Mitchell. So we got guys trying to get somewhere. Lupa Gonzalez coming around to lead lap number 3. And we see the 7 of David Howard Jr. does get by Aaron Riley. Seth Hatchell now trying to get around on the outside of the 77 of Chris Samard. And he will get by. Samard had to get way out of it. Samard stuck down low, getting railroaded there. So that's going to move Ronald Henry to 2nd, Brian Neff to 3rd, Seth Hatchell to 4th, Joe Mitchell to 5th. And out front, Lupa Gonzalez, look at this, started 19th out in the front leading this race. That's the Lupa Gonzalez that we're used to. We've always seen him start in the back. Most of the time he wouldn't even qualify. And last year he was the winningest driver at SoMo. And Lupa Gonzalez is the current Cup Series champion of 2016. So doing really good here tonight. Hopefully he can get himself out of the hole that he was in. A lot of bad luck come his way last few races. So we see the 18 of Joe Mitchell down underneath the 33 of Aaron Riley. David Howard Jr. following behind, trying to keep that door open. Let McNeese, who we saw take the wave around, sitting in 9th. So Ronald Henry about 1.7 back from Lupa Gonzalez. And then you have Brian Neff, Seth Hatchell, Aaron Riley. Let's go back here. Adam Baker in the 48, sitting in 10th, not doing too bad considering the damages that he's got on that car. Look at the 77 of Chris Samard. Man, that's some serious damage on there. He's got 45 laps led here tonight, too. Next driver with the most laps is Joe Mitchell with 39. And Lupa Gonzalez right now with 12. So quickly racking them up. And we have a few cars out. Looks like Billy Howard, Paul Cohen, Tony Gray, Randy Perdue, David Gainford, Dean Biney. Oh, and it looks like the 60 caught the wall. And Seth Hatchell was right there behind him. And no, there really wasn't anywhere to go. Go take a closer look here. We see the 60 and the 8 right behind him. Really tight racing. Yeah, the 60 kind of tapped the wall and nowhere for Seth Hatchell to go. I mean, not expected. So we do see some drivers down pit road. Some drivers do stay out. 17 laps to go. I don't think I would come in if I was that close to the front. And I see Billy Howard here. Let's get a word in with Billy Howard. Hey, Billy Howard, you got a copy? Trying to get a word in here with Billy. Billy Howard, you got a copy? All right, well, Billy Howard works out his microphone there. We'll continue on. We see Billy Howard, he got in trouble a little bit back. Right now sitting in 13th. Yeah, I can see you lighting up, but I can't hear you, man. You know, we've been having a little bit of trouble here and there with microphones and getting in channels, but I guess if he gets it working, we'll get him on here. So right now we have, let's take a look at the top 5 here. We have Lupa Gonzalez, Seth Hatchell, David Howard Jr., Aaron Riley, Len McNeese, your top 5. We've had 5 lead changes, 5 cautions, and 15 laps left. So right now, Lupa Gonzalez with 18 laps led. David Howard Jr. with 11. Joe Mitchell has 39. Chris Simard right now with 45. And still anybody's race at this point. 15 laps to go. The pressure is on. The heat is going to intensify. Seth Hatchell out to the front. Lupa Gonzalez second. Aaron Riley in third with David Howard Jr. down low. These guys back here, Len McNeese, Chris Simard, and Ronald Henry trying to work it out. Oh no, the 84 into the wall, grabs the 75, and they go around. The 88 into the wall. Oh man, let's go back. We kind of saw it, but let's go take another look. Let's go to the back of Len McNeese. He just loses it, and the 75 collected right into it. And then we see Jeff Glockner with a hard hit to the wall. All right, we see Brian Neff, I believe, getting one of his laps back. We have Seth Hatchell out front, Lupe Gonzalez second, Aaron Riley third, Joe Mitchell fourth, David Howard Jr. fifth. Looks like Chris Simard sitting sixth, Adam Baker seventh, Ronald Henry eighth. Winding down the laps. Hopefully this will be the last restart of the night. I know a lot of these guys are probably looking forward to having this done. Any luck, Billy? Yeah, I don't know. Not able to get with Billy Howard and find out what happened with him here tonight. Yeah, no, we still cannot hear him. All right, looks like we're going to have a shootout here. Probably 5-lap shootout when we do go green. So hang on to your seats, put down your drinks, and be prepared for mayhem. Because I got a feeling that's what we're going to see. So we'll see, does Seth Hatchell take the inside or the outside on this restart? And we're here at Bristol in the Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series. Tonight's race brought to you by iRacing Drivers World. Thank you, iRacing Drivers World, for sponsoring races here at SoMo. Tomorrow night, the SoMo Racing League's Lazy Days Racing Cup Series will be here at Bristol for 145 laps, and that will be on PBR Broadcasting at 8:45. Tune in, listen to Stephen Parks. Does a great broadcast. You see some good racing here with a lot of the same guys you see here tonight, plus a few more. And hopefully this is the last start for the night. 4 laps to go. The heat is on. Seth Hatchell is up front. Joe Mitchell sitting second. Lupe Gonzalez sitting third. Aaron Riley sitting second. Joe Mitchell trying to go third now, underneath the 53 of Lupe Gonzalez. And Joe Mitchell sliding back just a little bit. David Howard Jr. to the outside of Joe Mitchell. Going to try and get that top 5 spot from Joe. He does get that spot. White flag is out. One more time around for Seth Hatchell. Aaron Riley going to have a good finish here tonight. And Lupe Gonzalez going to take it home third. Seth Hatchell going to be your winner here tonight. Well, congratulations to Seth Hatchell on that win. We'll let these guys get it together, and then we'll be back with driver interviews. right, we're back. Let's see if we can get caught up with Chris Samard. I know Lupa Gonzalez does not like to interview, so we'll move on to fourth place, Chris Samard. Hey, Chris Samard, this is Paul up in the booth. You got a copy? Oh, hang on a minute. I wonder why I can't hear anybody up here. Hang on 1 second. Maybe I'm having troubles here. Chris Samard, you got a copy?
I do.
All right, there we go. Well, buddy, sorry about that. You started fifth. You finished fourth. You got 45 laps led. Most laps led here tonight. Pretty rough, man. Seen you get into a little bit of trouble. How was it feeling out there?
I had a good time. I just one of the restarts there. I got caught up with the 48 there. He spun his tires and hit me a little bit. Then I got damage, and another restart. I just drove into the wall and screwed me up pretty good. But I'm lucky to get back up to fourth. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, definitely a good finish. Car looks pretty rough, but you do get out of here with the most laps led, so that's definitely going to help you. You're really strong looking out there tonight, but it's Bristol. It's tough, man. Anything can happen, and it happens so fast. But we wanted to get a quick word in with you and just see how it was for you out here tonight, and congratulate you on coming out here with the most laps led.
Yeah, thank you. It was fun. Without the damage, I was pretty fast. I was happy about that. But that damage that I got with the 48 there, it kind of slowed me up a bit. But I'm happy. I'm happy to finish fourth.
Well, next week is Atlanta. A little bit change your pace. Good track to run on. So hopefully you got something for them there.
Yeah, I'm not very good at Atlanta, but I'll see what I can do. I'm usually fast for a couple laps, but I fall off pretty good. I guess Atlanta is pretty hard on the tires anyway. So.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, we wanted to get a word in with you before we let you go. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Just iRacing Drivers World. You up in the booth there, Paul. You do a fantastic job with the broadcasts, and my wife and son.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate it. Thanks for the kind words, and we'll look for you next week, dude, at Atlanta, man.
All right, Paul. Have a good night. Thank you.
All righty. All right, let's get a word in with our second place driver here, Mr. Aaron Riley. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, man, you started seventh. You finished second. You had a real strong car there. We were watching your warm-up, man. Had some real fast times. Good to see you have a good finish finally, and at a track where it's almost impossible. Give us a breakdown how it went for you tonight.
It went pretty good. First half of the race, I kind of just laid back a little bit and fell into seventh place, I think, and just kind of rode for a while, tried to stay on the top the best I could. We had a pretty good long run there at the beginning, and then we started having some cautions there, towards the middle to end part of the race. But, all in all, it was pretty good. I wish it could have went green all the way at the end when I pitted, because I ended up coming out, I think, third. And that was a pretty good spot because the two guys in front of me didn't have tires. So I kind of wish it did. I think I probably could have got them if it went green, but just all those restarts and getting jobbled around here and there, it just messed me up a little bit. And I ended up getting tight there at the end. I think I wore that right front a little bit too much, just trying to race real hard. But congratulations to Seth. He ran a great race.
Yeah, it's pretty tough on those restarts, man, because especially as we're counting the laps down, you know how it is, man. Everybody's going, and you start taking a little bit more chances. You push a little bit harder, so a lot more things happen. But I'd say all in all, it wasn't too bad. 6 cautions for 135 laps here at Bristol. Not really bad. Good to see you, though. Change it around. You get a second-place finish tonight. Next week we are at Atlanta. How do you do at Atlanta?
I'm not too bad at Atlanta. Most of the mile-and-a-half tracks I've grown accustomed to, and I'm pretty pretty decent on. It's just the real big tracks like Michigan I like, but I struggle on them. Pocono, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I mean, it should be a pretty good race next week coming up. Looking forward to Bristol tomorrow night too. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it tomorrow night too, because that'll be a race that I'll be in, sporting my anti-monkey butt Toyota Camry. So hopefully I get to finish the race at least. But definitely looking forward to it. That'll be on PBR broadcasting tomorrow night at 8:45. But good run here tonight for you, man. Hopefully this is a turnaround. I know we said that a few times, and things didn't fall that way, but this could be it. So congratulations on second. And before we let you get out of here, anybody you want to shout out to, dude?
Yeah, of course, Lazy Days for putting this on, and you, Paul, for what you do, broadcasting. I know it takes up a lot of your time, and a lot of people don't realize that, and takes away from your racing and stuff like that. But just a lot of fun here. Thanks to everybody I race around and race with. Just a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely is a lot of fun, man. Congratulations on the finish tonight, and we look forward to seeing you next week, buddy. Have a good night. We'll catch up with you after the broadcast.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can get caught up with our winner, Mr. Seth Hatchell. Let me see if I can find him here, and we'll get a word in with Seth. Seth Hatchell, do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you started 18th and got it all the way up to first to take home the win. And you got 13 laps led, man. Great run for you tonight. A little bit rough out there, but you got her done, man. How was it?
Yeah, like you said, it was rough. It was up and down. I know my qualifying laps, I pushed the cart way too hard. I think I hit the wall every lap. So I started in the back, and we had that nice long run. And I know a lot of guys, I think, were changing their steering ratios down to a 10-to-1. I left mine at a 12-to-1, so that really helped the car on the long run. And that last half, it was just, managing track position versus if you're going to be caught up in a wreck.
Yeah, I noticed I've been trying to do a little bit more with the steering ratio, going a little bit higher. It takes a little bit for me to get used to, but I know it does definitely help you with the long run. But the car looked pretty rough there, man, at the end, but it managed to keep some speed in it and stay out front. Man, them restarts were really, really scary, really sketchy, but, you managed to get her done. Looked pretty good. I'd say 135 laps, 6 cautions here. Not really too bad considering, it's Bristol. Next week we are at Atlanta. How you doing at Atlanta?
It's been a hit and miss track for me. I know a couple of years ago I won in the Xfinity car, but lately I haven't been doing too well. So we'll just have to see. It's a bumpy track, so I tend to prefer bumpier tracks.
Yeah, I know. I like Rockingham, because it's got a lot of character in it like that. But I don't know, man. We'll just see what happens. But hopefully things turn around. I know you haven't had the best of luck here the last couple of weeks, but taking home the win here, man, definitely give you some momentum to go into next week.
Definitely.
All right, and then tomorrow night, back here one more time in the Lazy Days Racing Cup Series for 145 laps. You think you learned anything tonight that'll carry over, or just so different of a car that you'll have to play it by ear?
Yeah, I think you could learn a lot from tonight just because the way the track is here in iRacing, you have to run the top because there's so much more banking up there. I imagine you'll see cars lying around a bit more tomorrow because there's a bit more horsepower, but there definitely was a bit to learn tonight.
Oh, that's good. All right, man. Well, listen, before we let you get out of here and celebrate, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to thank you, Paul, for putting on this fantastic league and for broadcasting the races. Got to thank the admins. Got to thank my teammates. And got to thank all the great drivers in this league.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate it. And congratulations again on the win. 13 laps led. Started 18th. Came from way back up to the front. So definitely a great run here tonight. And we look forward to seeing you at Atlanta next week, buddy.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
All right. Well, that was Seth Hatchell, your winner here tonight. 13 laps led the most important one, which is the checkered flag. Started 18th, so definitely started pretty far back in the field. I know a lot of guys, Lupa Gonzalez, they like to do that, start in the back. Matter of fact, let's take a look at Lupa Gonzalez. Lupa Gonzalez started 19th. He comes out here with 20 laps led, and he finishes third. I wish I could grab him one day for some interviews, but I know Lupa doesn't really like to do interviews, but I wish he really would. A lot of times he finishes in first through third, and we never get to talk to him. But congratulations, Lupa, on that third place finish tonight. 20 laps led, coming from 19th. Way to get her done. We'll look forward to seeing Lupa tomorrow in the Lazy Days Racing Cup Series on PBR Broadcasting. So look forward to seeing what he's got there. Hopefully he's got something to carry over from tonight. Another driver who started way in the back by choice and worked his way up to the front where he needed to be when it needed to be done. So congratulations on that, Lupa. And we just want to remind you, tonight's race was brought to you by iRacing Drivers World, and this is the Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series here at SoMo. We appreciate you tuning in. Let's go over some stats here real quick, and then we will go a little bit further from here. And I lost. There we go. All right, first of all, we had 6 lead changes. Seth Hatchell comes out your winner, 6 cautions, 135 laps here tonight. So these guys did a really good job getting it done. Seth Hatchell will take home the win. Aaron Riley takes home second. Lupa Gonzalez will finish third. Chris Samard takes home fourth. David Howard Jr. will round out your top 5. Adam Baker finishes 6th. Joe Mitchell is 7th. Brian Neff will take home 8th. Ronald Henry will take home 9th. And Ryan Gemmel will round out your top 10. Len McNeese takes home 11th. Jeff Glockner will take home 12th. Paul Cohen will take home 13th. Billy Howard, who we tried to get some words in with, he'll take home 14th. And Tony Gray will be 15th. Randy Perdue 16th. David Game 4th, finishes 17th. And remember, let's keep him and his mom in prayers, and hope for a fast healing on his mom. Good driver here, good friend of ours. We like to stick together here. 18th will be Dean Viney. 19th, Cullen Roberts. If I can't get Billy Howard back on here. Billy Howard, you got a copy?
Here.
All right. Hey, there we go. We got you, man. Well, buddy, not exactly the night you were looking for and the finish you were looking for, but tell us what happened there, man.
Well, the setup was a little on the tight side. It was pretty. It was okay, but it was a little on the tight side. Down low was really you just couldn't pass anybody, as you noticed. It was absolutely horrible to pass anyone down low. The preferred line was definitely on the high side. But I don't know. We just, come out of the. I don't even remember what turn it was. Come out of the turn, and next thing I know, I'm spinning. Just one of those nights.
Yeah, that's Bristol for you, man. Are you running tomorrow night in the Lazy Days Racing Cup Series at Bristol?
I could. That's don't sound like a bad idea.
Well, hopefully you got something to kind of put in a bookmark or something for tomorrow night, maybe help you out a little bit more. It's unfortunate, but it is Bristol. But next week in the Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series here, we'll be at Atlanta. Atlanta's a pretty good track for you, isn't it?
With all the changes, I really don't want to say. But the other thing is I may not make that race.
All right. All right. Well, sorry we couldn't get in with you earlier. It wasn't on your end. It was on my end, and I didn't see it until the end. So sorry about that, man. I seen you scrambling to try to fix it, and it was my fault all along. So I apologize for that. But I'm glad I caught it and got it fixed before it was too late.
Oh, sounds good then.
All right, man. Well, anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you get out of here tonight?
Well, just everybody that put this race on. Definitely, it's a blast to run here. You know, it's one of the best races I think on the circuit. I love these short tracks. They just seem to really put on a good show. You know, and of course, give it out to Creek Fire and sponsors on the car. And I just shame I just couldn't bring it home.
Yeah, well, maybe like I said, if you make it here next week in Atlanta, maybe a little bit better. But if you come out tomorrow night, who knows? Maybe you got something you can carry over through the Cup Series. So too bad for your bad luck here tonight, but we do appreciate you talking to us and spending some time with us here, man.
Yeah, no problem at all.
All right, have a good night, buddy.
Take care.
All right, glad we were able to get a word in with Billy. That was on me, so my bad for that, but glad we figured it out in time. Anyway, next week here will be Atlanta, 135 laps in the DAYZ Racing Xfinity Series, and that'll be right here on SR Broadcasting at 8:45, so tune on in. Tuesday night is the Portside Jaguar Land Rover Trucks. And I want to say Rockingham. I'm pretty sure Rockingham. My brain's a little fried right now, but I think it's Rockingham. That'll be also here on SR Broadcasting at 8:45. Tomorrow night will be the Lazy Days Racing Cup Series at SoMo on PBR Broadcasting at 8:45. So tune in for that. I'll be able to race in that race, so hopefully I'll be able to get a finish. I don't care what kind of finish, just the finish. Win would be great, but just the finish would be good enough. And then Sunday night, SoMo Garage at 9 p.m. East for 1 hour with Aaron Riley, myself, Joe Mitchell, and we'll have a couple of drivers here from SoMo. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, follow us, and help us grow and watch us grow. And until then, we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.